Hello. So we're gonna continue. What's this? Yeah. So we're gonna continue implementing our input class. We finished off by implementing keyboard input polling, and in this video we're gonna implement functions which the user can use to pull mouse input, and also to get the current position of the mouse cursor relative to the window. So we're gonna start off by defining a couple more macros. DC max mouse buttons. So we've got 5. We're gonna support 5 buttons. It's mouse left, right, middle. X and X1 and X2 are those kind of extra buttons. You know, some mouses have them, some mice have them on the side, you know. So we're gonna start out by defining a struct just like key state, but we'll call it button state. It also is gonna have 2 boolean variables, then struct position, which is gonna have x and y. So we're having a position struct simply because we could add like 2 functions like get mouse position x and get mouse position y, but instead we're just gonna have one function called get mouse position. It's gonna return an instance of that struct with both x and y, and then struct mouse input map. And just like keyboard input map, it's gonna have button state buttons. It's gonna be an array which is this of DC max mouse buttons, and also it's gonna have position like that. Okay, now let's declare mouse input map mouse, and we're gonna have static position get mouse position, which is gonna return position of the mouse. And we're gonna have static bool is just button, I guess, pressed. No, is mouse button pressed. Unsigned int button code, and then is mouse button released, and also was mouse button hit, which is gonna return true, just like was key hit. It's gonna return true if the mouse button has just been pressed. And then in private we're gonna have static void process mouse input, and it's gonna take a w param and l param. From w param we're gonna get which mouse buttons are up and which ones are down, and from lparam I believe we're gonna get the current mouse position relative to the application window. And also we're gonna have static void update mouse position, and it's going to take lparam here, so it's gonna update this variable of this field of our mouse input map variable. And let's implement those in here. We're gonna start with get mouse position, which is pretty simple. Let's actually copy all those in here. So position input, so we're simply returning mouse.position. Also, let's not forget that mouse is a static variable, so we have to kind of redeclare it here. Input in the .cpp file in the mouse input map, mouse input map input mouse, like that. Okay, and yeah, mouse position in here. Let's just is mouse button pressed, return mouse dot buttons at button code that is down. Is mouse button released? What happened? Return not is down, and in here we're gonna return similar with, well, exactly the same with was key hit. If it so mouse buttons, if it wasn't down and now it is down, then the mouse button was hit, right? Also, we don't have to have all these brackets and stuff. It's not necessary. So, and now let's do void process input process input. Actually, let me just grab this and also this one. Okay. In here, since we only have 5 buttons, we're just gonna manually update them one by one. Mouse dot buttons DC. So which one goes first? I think it's the left. Yeah, mouse left. DC mouse left dot was down equals is down 4 5 then right then middle then x1 and then x2 right middle x1 and x2 so 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4. Yeah, I'm just checking so that don't make a mistake. We're gonna now we're gonna update is down with w param and this kind of is it called bitwise and okay so mk r no l button so this returns true if the left mouse button is down. Then we check for the right one, so R button, then M button, and then I think it's X button 1 and X button 2. Okay, great. And then we're also gonna in process mouse input, we're also gonna call update mouse position. Although I don't even know if we have to do that, but let's do it for now. L param, no, simply L param. Okay, and in update mouse position, we're gonna update it with mouse.position.x equals and we're gonna get x param L param and we're gonna get y xy param, and so L param. So get x L param and get y L param are macros that return the current position of the cursor relative to the application window, and to use that we need to include so in our input.h we'll include windows x.h. So I'm guessing X stands for extra, so extra things. As you can see, it expands to this. So it's just a convenience kind of macro. And that's it. Now in our game.cpp, in our window callback, just next to our keyboard input processing, we're gonna add case wm L button down, L button up, and actually I don't know if case wm X X down X up, and in this case we're gonna do input process mouse input W param and L param. Okay, and also in the case of WM mouse move, so for mouse moves we're also gonna input update mouse position with L param. That's it for our mouse input. Let's check if it works. If using input is mouse button pressed, and let's do DC mouse, let's do middle, and if it has been pressed, we're gonna print out mouse middle button pressed. Okay, let's check this out. Nothing happens, which is very concerning. Is mouse button pressed? Oh, I'm clicking the left button, but I actually, yeah, you can see now I'm pressing the middle button, and it prints out that it's being pressed. I let go. Yeah, so it works. And now let's also add input using input position mouse position equals to using input get mouse position. And now let's print out the mouse position. Here, simply print out the position, mouse position dot x, mouse position dot y. So %d means int, right? So we're gonna print out int, then comma, space, and int, and we provide two ints, mouse position x and mouse position y. And yeah, now let's see. So right now I'm getting closer to the right bottom corner, and as you can see, the coordinates are pretty big. We go up, the y changes, the x changes, everything seems to be working okay. Now I think yeah, it's not perfect, but for now it will do, and with that, that's it basically for this video. Thank you, and bye bye.